What up?
Hello.
What was that?
Hello.
Okay. So I'm obsessed with sleep. Like I'm obsessed that's what I want to know. When I meet people, that's what I want to know first. It's
I know this about you.
I want to ask everyone. And I do. I ask a lot of people like, "Hey, what's your sleep like? What time do you go to bed? What time do you wake up?" Like I'm obsessed. And I think I've figured out why. Well, this isn't why, but I think I've there's something in there. Listen to this. Okay, so I ask everybody about their sleep, and it's just a regular conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my sleep is it's kind of jacked up, but it's kind of not. Like it's fine, but I don't know. I'm a baby about it. Okay. So we hang out with we meet up with some old friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like me and you, another one of our friends that we hang out with regularly, and then two separate groups of friends that we used to hang out with all the time, right?
Yes.
And they were in town, and I was like, "Call me," right? And so they were like, "Hey, let's hang," which was amazing. Side note, both of these couples are full-time travelers or living life on their own terms, kind of Wild West.
Free range.
Yes. Okay. So, as always, I'm like, tell me about your sleep. I need to know. So one of my friends that I haven't seen in a long ass time says, I can't describe, her response changed me as a person. She said something like, oh, I can't do an impression of her, but she was essentially gushing about how much she loves sleep and that she gets as much as possible and she loves it and she's beaming with joy about sleep. And I was like, that's what I need. That's the attitude I need. Me with my whiny, desperate self, crying about my sleep and just being so pathetic, oh, I need to get my sleep in order, right?
Yeah.
I need to be me and sleep are best fucking friends. I love sleep. I love you. It loves me. I need an attitude adjustment when it comes to sleep.
I see.
That's a winning attitude, dude. Acting like her and sleep are BFFs. Okay. Just her approach. It's how do you feel about it? If somebody came up to me and they were like, how do you feel about it? It's do you have a small violin? Let me whine to you about, do you have a moment and some tissues, right?
Yeah.
But not her. She's like, oh, we're good. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the secret I've been asking. Okay. So I've been doing this hippie course, and this lady, there's okay. This lady has this term, expanders. And expanders essentially means when you find someone who's living the life you want, either overall or in an area such as sleep, right?
Yes.
It's oh, I've been asking people because I'm waiting to hear the response that I would like to live.
Yes.
So
you're searching for expanders.
Yeah, and now that I know it's possible, I've changed course. My ship has sailed in a different direction. We have a new compass, new values, new life goals.
Can you elaborate?
Okay. I would like to discuss or was it yesterday? No. Tuesday, the day before. I would like to discuss the day before waking schedule.
Okay.
So the weird alarm goes off, which is just kind of this little twinkle sound, which is awesome. Right? Goes off at 7:45 or something like that, right?
Yes.
And then 5 minutes later, your phone goes off and your phone is in the living room, right?
Yeah.
That makes my ass stand up. Stand up. You're not going to get out of bed unless you stand up. You're not going to wake up. Your eyes are going to remain closed. You're going to cry about how you've never broken the cycle unless there's an alarm in the other room and you stand up. Amazing. I just figured that one out.
Yeah.
Obvious but true. And then literally it was 5. I wonder if our clock has changed because there was supposed to be a 5-minute offset, but it seems like it's going off on the same exact time.
Yeah.
There's a third alarm.
Might not be very accurate.
Dude, I love this inaccurate clock. This inaccurate clock is my new favorite thing. It's a used clock we got from your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And
you set it to the classical station.
Yeah, and so when I stand up and turn off your phone, the third alarm, which is the classical station, comes on, and it just like fills the room perfectly. Like, it's so fucking nice. But instead of enjoying how nice it is, I would like to cry about this. Listen to this. Okay. I was like, I need to go to the gym. The only way I can go to the gym is if I'm awake. The only way I can be awake is if I'm standing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can't go to the gym unless I'm clothed. How am I going to get clothed? I'm too asleep. How am I going to do it? I'm going to stand for literally 30 minutes. Straight up. I stood up and kind of half-ass paced side by side in a tiny little circle. I'm talking like the world's tiniest movement for truly 30 minutes before I could put on like a sock, before I could bend at the waist. Like, there was no movement other than this sort of like mechanical, like, just keep moving. You won't fall asleep standing. Just keep moving. And I wasn't low on sleep. See, now I feel like I'm getting into medical issues. I wasn't low on sleep. I wasn't low on sleep, but I wasn't high on sleep.
Okay.
Whereas our friend, who's like, oh, I love sleep. I get as much as possible. And she has a kid, you know? She's I don't have a kid. Who's living the real life? Okay. So, where is all this going? So I have some inspiration because someone has declared that they're living a life I want to live in a very specific area. They have all the right fucking attitude about it. And I'm like, yes, that is what I need. I don't need to be this standing still for 30 minutes like a newborn kitten with their eyes unable to open. It's like, it takes 30 minutes. And today I fell for it again. Okay. Between 7.5 and 8 hours of sleep last night,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Once again, 3 alarms go off. Now, I will admit, I did not stand. I sat back down on the bed. But I was wearing a robe, so, I mean, give me some give and take.
You put something on.
There was some sort of bending at the waist. Okay. So I put on the robe, and I sit back in bed. My eyes are open. We're not laying down. We're sitting. I'm like, you know what? Sitting is fantastic. Sitting is practically standing. Sitting is standing, sort of. Okay. So sitting is standing. Okay.
Yes.
And then tomorrow, laying is sitting. I feel like my brain is trying to. Brain, you're not following along. Look at my friend. Don't listen to yourself. Okay. So I'm sitting. Once again, and I watched the clock. I'm like, we need to pick up all the data to try to decipher the ingredients to this situation, so that way we can change a variable and get a different result. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm sitting, not laying, in bed or standing, and the whole time my brain's like, don't go to the gym. You need more sleep. I'm like, but we got 8 hours. And my brain's like, that's not important. What we need is more sleep. And I was like, I really need to go to the gym. Like, we're not going to be proud of ourselves if we just dick around and never follow through. Like, let's go to the gym. And so for 30 minutes, my brain was talking me out of going to the gym. I swear to God, the 30-minute, the sleep gods, the 30 ambient, the 30-minute gods. Fuck, the 30-minute mark. Sorry, I'm being dramatic. Okay, at the 30-minute mark, guess what happened?
What?
It was like I just thawed out. It was like the thawing had complete, and I was like, oh, I'm good. Let's go to the gym. Right? What the fuck? Like, had I surrendered, had my soldiers, like, I don't know what soldiers do, but had my soldiers surrendered 29 minutes in, had they been broken by 29 individual minutes, 60 seconds of telling me that I need to do what I need to do, if I would have followed this direction by my internal voice, right?
Yes.
Well, my other internal voice was also like, don't listen to that internal voice. Like, we think this one's drunk. Just go away. Okay. So the 30-minute mark, I was like, oh, I'm good. What? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even sure why I'm trying to process out loud. Clearly, I'm still working through this. This isn't complete. Any doctors in the audience? Psychologists, psychiatrists, sleep experts, people who sell mattresses. Do you have time for another one, or do we need to wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
All right. Peace.